Hello my friends, hope you're doing well. In this video we're going to be talking about how to fix any business. Specifically we're going to be talking about two metrics. Those metrics are the cost to make a sale and the average order value lifetime value of your clients and customers. When you look at your business in these two measurements, it doesn't matter whether you're using paid traffic or organic or whatever, because even if you're using organic, there's a cost to make a sale. If you want to be paid $100 an hour, you have to factor that into how long it's taking you to market something. So, for example, if it takes you 10 hours to get a client using some kind of whatever it is that you're doing, and you want to be worth $100 an hour, it means it actually costs you $1,000 to get that client. So there is a cost to make a sale, and then that sale is worth a certain amount of money over time. Now let me break this down for you as simply as possible. Let's say that you are selling something for $50, okay? It doesn't really matter what funnel you're using. It doesn't matter whatever. Let's just, for sake of example, I want to show you the math. Let's say that you're selling something for $50, okay? Which means when somebody buys it, your average order value and the lifetime value of that person is $50 because that's all there is in your business. They buy that thing and that's how much they are worth to you forever because that's all they've ever bought from you. And let's say for whatever it is you're doing, it's a funnel, it's organic, it's affiliate, whatever, it costs you $50 to make that $50 sale. Let's say. Well, that's not a very happy, successful business, is it? Because you need to fulfill on the $50, you need to have customer support, you need to pay your this, you need to pay your that, etc., etc. So how do we fix this business without marketing? Because what marketing will do is marketing will come in here and it will try to lower this cost per sale to become more efficient, to let's see if we can get it to cost us only $40 instead of $50. And while that is a worthwhile effort, and I'm not saying to ignore that, it is a harder way to fix the business quickly. And let me show you. If, let's say for example, we're selling something for $50 and people are loving it and we're selling a lot of it, but it's not making us any money. One of the things that we could do is we could add a $5,000 offer onto the back end for those people who have paid $50 and want the next step, whatever that next step might be. Now, you may say, okay, but how many people who pay $50 are actually going to pay $5,000? Well, let's say, for example, when somebody buys your $50 thing, you then invite them to a ManyChat or you invite them to book a call and you're really intimate and you have these good conversations and you really do a good job selling and et cetera, et cetera. And let's say that 1 in 50, okay, let's say that, like I want to make this really conservative, that 1 in 50. So 50 people buy your $50 thing and one of them says, you know what, I actually would like that $5,000 offer. Let's pull out our calculator. 1 in 50 is the same thing as saying 2% of everybody who bought your $50 item is going to buy your $5,000 offer. Well, what is 2% of 5,000? Let's do our calculations here. It's $100. Now, what does that mean? It means that on average, if 2% of the people who buy the $50 thing also buy the $5,000 thing, it means that on average, our average order value or the lifetime value, meaning when somebody comes in, how much money do they on average spend? We've just added $100 to this math. So now, this is $150. We took the business from a return on ad spend of 0, because it's $1 in, $1 out, you get no return, to a return on ad spend of 3x. Every time we spend $1, we get $3 back. Okay? Now this is hopefully sinking in the significance. We didn't change our marketing. It still costs us $50 to make a $50 sale. See, this is what happens. People, they get so hung up because, look, marketing is very sexy. There's lots of bright, shiny objects, and you can do all sorts of cool things. And the gurus in the marketing space are very convincing that marketing will save your business. It probably won't. Because the best you could do in your marketing is to go from $50 to $40 cost per sale. It's not like marketing is going to take you from $50 to $1, right? The improvements are incremental. When you look at the economics and increasing your average order value and the lifetime value, meaning people are able to hire more stuff from you, that takes you from 0 to 3x return on ad spend. Now let's think of something else. What if we have a $25,000 offer and 1 in 100 people buy it? Okay, so we offer a $5,000 and a $25,000. Well, here's what happens. If 1 in 100, so you sell 100 of these $50 things, and only one of those people say, yeah, I would like your $25,000 offer, watch this. So 0.01 times 25,000 gives us $250. So what do we do with that $250? Remember, that's the average amount that someone will spend overall, because 1 out of 100 will. That $250 gets added on top of this number right here. So we actually add it here, and we say $250. And we're going to just, because we're recording a video, we don't want to look silly. Now, we have an average order value, average lifetime value of $400. So, what that means is, we make $400, and we spend $50 to make it. We've just given our business an 8x return on ad spend. 8x return on ad spend. That means every dollar that we spend, we get $8 back. Every dollar that we spend, we get $8 back. How much marketing did we change? None. We didn't change any of it. Look, we're happy that it's selling. Oh my gosh, that's the hardest thing to do. We have this offer. Maybe we're running paid traffic to it. It's 50, whatever it is that's selling. And this is what happens, like, if you run a webinar and you're selling a $1,000 course and you're just gutted that it's costing you $1,200 to sell a $1,000 course, tack on some of this other stuff. Because now you spend $1,200 and you have an average order value of $5,000. Whatever it is, whatever your numbers come out to be, this is how you fix it. So every dollar that goes out now in this scenario, $8 comes back. Are you going to get that $8 immediately? No. It's going to take some time to take a $50 person to a $5,000 or a $25,000 offer. And I'll make another video this week on what do you even put in a $5,000 and $25,000 offer. Why would somebody go from $50 to $5,000 to $25,000? But this is how you fix broken businesses. It's not about making 50 new funnels. It's not about cranking out 900 different pieces of content. It's not about, I need to tweak and become the best person on Facebook ads ever. I will take bad Facebook ads and expensive cost to acquire customers if that means I'm allowed to focus on this back end stuff. If I can focus on the economics, if I can focus on what else could we sell at a higher price point to increase the lifetime value, to increase on average what someone is able to spend in my company. Most people don't even let their customers spend that much in their company. They don't have other things for sale. Now, I'm going to show you something that I know a lot of people are going to jump to. They think, ooh, 5,000, I'm afraid. 25,000, that seems like too much. What I'll do instead, and I'm running out of room here, so I apologize for this. Instead, what they do is they say, I'll just sell something for $295. Okay, cool. Let's run that math through, okay? $295. Let's assume that this $295 offer is so amazing that 1 in 10 people buy it. So the people who bought your $50 thing, let's say 1 in 10 of them buy it. Now, let's compare that to your 1 in 50. That's a pretty big jump in conversion rate, right? That's a lot more people are buying this 295. 5 times more people are buying it. I can tell you from experience, that is not, like, that's very generous. Because the $5,000 and $25,000 offer, you'll see in another video, actually gives you a much better, for the person who's buying it, they get a much better result than 295. And buyers tend to look at price to determine value. So if they see something for $295, they just assume it's not nearly as good as a $5,000. That's another video, but let's just understand that a $295 selling 5 times better than a $5,000, that's pretty generous. But let's just assume that that's what happens. So that means 10%, right? So we take that 10%, we multiply it by 295, and that means we've added $29.50 to our average order value. Now remember, we're not, let's just assume we're not doing 5,000, we're not doing 25,000, because this is what most people do. They're like, I'm afraid of 5,000, I'm afraid of 25,000, so I'm just going to sell more 295s. Well, all you've done is added $29.50 to your average order value, which gives you an average order value of $79.50. Okay, so let's figure out our return on ad spend here. So it's $79.50. It still costs us $50. So our average return on ad spend in this scenario is 1.59x. Okay, now here's the difference. Here's the difference. In this scenario where all we have to sell is some $295 course, every time we spend $1,000, we make $1,590. Okay, because we didn't do the 5,000, we didn't do the 25,000. In this case where we do the $5,000 and $25,000, every time we spend $1,000, we make $8,000. This is the difference, and this is why understanding what you're selling on the back end, how you're increasing your LTV, how you're increasing your AOV, is so much more important than being really good at marketing. Because even if you're really, really good at marketing and you make the mistake of, okay, I'm just going to tap on a 295 on the back end and that's my whole business, what you will find is the math just doesn't work for you. It's going to be very difficult to scale, especially if you have costs like a Facebook Ads Manager and software and there's refunds and there's support staff and there's all these different things. So this, my friends, is how you fix any business. It doesn't matter where you're doing e-commerce, coaching, whatever it is that you're doing. This math matters in everything that you do. And so if you have the opportunity to get into higher ticket stuff, so a $5,000, $25,000, if you can create an offer that serves someone more intimately, which we'll talk about in another video, then you can radically change the financial outcome of your business. Okay?